Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this tutorial I would like to take you on how to construct a pencil skirt pattern drafting. And before I go into this, I would like to show you how we take the measurement of the pencil skirt. Here we go. Now this is how we measure our skirts, our pencil skirt. So my waist measurement is, I like my waist to be fitted, to be a bit tight. So my waist measurement is 27 and a half. I put it down. Now I will measure my waist to hip. Place your tape where your waist is. So my waist to hip is 9. Waist to hip is 9. Make sure you put your hand at the back of your hip, then trace it to the tape. Is 9. So my waist to hip is 9. Then my skirt length to your desired skirt length, to where you want your skirt to be. So for me, my skirt length is 21. Skirt length is 21, and my hip. And my hip is, check it, my hip is 31. I already know my measurement. So depending how you want it, if you want it to be a bit loose, if you want it to be fit, then you can make it tight a bit. So I like my hip like this. So my hip is 37. So now let's go back to the block. Now we draw our border line. Draw our border line. So after that, our hip measurement was 37. We divide it by 2, which is 18.5. So I'll place my tape here at the border line, then measure 18.5. I'll mark. I do the same. I always do mine twice for me to get a straight line. So I remark. Then I will now rule it out. Yes, rule it down. So now the next thing we are going to do, we are going to divide the 18.5 we measured. We are going to divide it by 2 again, because we are going to be having the front and back pattern. The front of the skirt and the back of the skirt. That's how pattern goes. So we are going to divide the 18 and having to 2. So 18 and a half divided by 2 is 9.2. Divided by 2 is 9.2. I will do the same again. (9.2). Then I'll rule it out. So this is our back, and this is our front. So the next thing we are going to do, we are going to place our tape at the border line, which is the waist. Now it's not the up part of the line is the waistline. The waistline. So I'll place my tape there and measure my waist to hip was 9. So I'll measure out 9. I'll do the same here. I'll measure out 9. Then I'll rule it like this. So this line is my hip. It's my hip. Again, I place my tape on the waistline and measure my desired length, my skirt length, which is 21. I'll do the same and mark 21. So I will rule it now like this. So I'll rule it like this. Now we take our skirt down with our skirt darts. My skirt dart is 6. Like now, if you don't know how to measure your skirt dart, you just place your tape on your nipple. If your nipple is 7, nipple to nipple is 7, then your skirt will be 6. Just remove 1 inch. So it varies, so it depending. So for me, my skirt that is 6, my nipple to nipple is 7. So we measure our 6 divided by 2 is 3. You mark 3. This, don't forget, here is the front. I call it the center front. This is our center front, while this place is our center back skirt, our center front skirt. So after marking 3, I'll repeat it again for me to get a straight line. Then I'll root down. Then for my back too, I'll mark 3. The skirt that at my back, the same thing. I'll mark 3. Then I'll root down. Now on the waistline, where you mark your dart line, you place your tape there and mark half in between, half inch in between. The same thing goes to the back. Place your tape there and mark half in between your dart line, half inch. So now we go to the hip line. Then on the hip line, you mark for the front you mark 1.5 inch up. From the hip line, mark 1.5 inch up. Then for the back line, you mark 1 inch up. 1 inch up. Now you connect it. You connect the waist dart to where you mark it at the hip side. So like this. Are you seeing it? So that's it. You do the same to the back. You connect it. Like this. Now we go to our waistline. My waist was 27.5. We divide 27.5 into 2. 27.5, which is 37.7. Now we'll divide it again into 2 for the front and the back skirt. We divide into 2, which is 6.8. So each of them will be 6.8. And don't forget, we are going to add 1 to each of them, because of the dart we are going to take in when we are sewing it. So 6.8 plus 1 is 7.8. We'll mark 7.8. We'll mark our 7.8. 7.8. Then for the back, we are going to mark 7.8 too. 7.8. So we now connect it to our hip line like this. We also connect the back one to our hip line like this too. Now at the skirt length, we will now mark 2 inch in. Since we are doing a pencil skirt, we want it to be pencil. So this, if you don't want it to be pencil, you can use 1.5 or 1 inch. If you want it to be pencil, then you use 2 inch. You mark 2 inch like this at the side line. This is the side line. Then at the back too, at the back skirt length, you mark 2 inch too. Then we now connect our hip to that mark like this. So we're almost done. Then what you do here at the hip level, at the hip line, you will now curve it a bit, because you don't want to be seeing the pointed edge at your skirt. So you make a smooth curve at the side. Make a smooth curve both for the back. You do the same thing. you make a smooth curve like this. So now at the skirt length of the center back, you measure 1 inch. You measure 1 inch, then you now connect it. You connect it from the hip side of the center back like this. You connect it like this. You smoothen the edge. So you now smoothen the edge like this. It gives us fitting at the back of the hip. So guys, this is our pencil skirt pattern. So please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.